Hey YouTube, Snubby J here. Welcome back to my Blue Man Adventure series. Today we are at the theater itself and getting a backstage tour of what happens there. Let's go take a look. This is the downstairs. There's this like kind of bathroom song that plays in the lobbies of every show. There's no taping. It's bathroom. It's bathroom. Yeah. So there you go. Now quickly get your thing. Oh no! Oh.
And here's a wall of fame and shame.
Everyone who works here now and people who have worked here.
Wow. Sweet somebody.
That's me with my favorite object. It's a fan. A white square fan. Half nude.
Somebody else is here.
Oh look.
Oh my gosh.
From the past.
Oh my god.
From the past.
You're on the wall of fame.
Today. Wow. Do you guys remember like the early days of making these yourself? Like, I always would worry about like choking on the marshmallows. Do you have any like horror stories from them doing that ever?
I don't have a horror story. All I did was I was on the mound checking out. He hiccup or popped or something, and he went like, and goosh, about this far out.
Somehow it stayed.
It stayed together, and your eyes just
the eyes
sneeze.
It's like one of those plastic dolls when you
Oh yeah, squeeze in the eyes just like out. Hi Pat.
Hey Ken, what's up man?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to the props kitchen.
Thank you so much. I'm like loving all the visuals. There's like little like secret fun like drumsticks and like Jello molds, Captain Crunch.
We got it all down here, yep.
Do you make the paddles down here?
I actually make the paddles personally.
You
for
make the paddles
Yep,
personally?
yep.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
My experiments over the years where I started off with like literally just foam from a garden knee pad cushion with paint stirrers. In terms of like, how often do you make them? How often do you go through them?
We probably break about 2 or 3 a week, so I just keep it on constant rotation. Can I show you something?
Yeah, please.
You can see the foam is here. This is your corrugated plastic, fiberglass rods inside.
This is a lot more flexible than
Yeah, it's
I'm used
flexible.
to. But I have really like the rigidity that I can have like.
I was actually
control.
watching your video trying to look at your paddles and say like,
I wish I brought some.
yeah, I wish I could see what you're, I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
This is my favorite scene, the dynamic between the Blue Man.
Oh yeah. No, the play of it is
who's got the ball.
Brilliant always.
There was one time, you remember Sean Sternick, of course, right?
Yeah.
She slapped him. She freaked out. She slapped him, and it was like going really poorly. So he just like was like, "We're done."
Oh my
It was
god.
really crazy.
They didn't even like finish it.
Yeah, I mean, it was
just like, okay.
I mean,
just moved
she was like a caged animal. Like it was like a weird choice. I don't even know how they got her up there, but it was like
John Grady,
was really funny.
John
She was
Grady did it here once too. He's like, it wasn't. Right off the bat, she was giving me some kind of attitude and just. You don't want somebody who really wants to be up here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, and she was just mouthing off and yelling and being really aggressive. So John was like, okay, we're done. You know, he just took her and returned her, and it was like such a nervous thing. General was one of the Blue Men back then. General didn't know what was happening, and he didn't go down the stairs. He walked right off the stage into the front row. Like, it was a total debacle. And then the band's not playing anymore. Then they have to go get another feast guest.
They're getting another
totally
feast
quiet. And General's rolling around the front aisle. Front row. It was like total disaster.
That's awesome. All right.
One flip with a spin added to it. This game.
Knew it.
So, Jen, I'm curious to know from your standpoint behind the scenes. I've done some stage management work in the past. What makes Blue Man Group unique from like other shows you've done that like really stands apart from everything else?
It's just so collaborative and so exciting. Never the same show.
Yes.
So there's the template of A to B of where they go, but where they go in the middle has a lot of room.
A lot of room.
So in the tech side of things, we try to follow that.
I mean, yeah, they're always talking about like the synchronicity of the Blue Man with like the band, but especially with like every other department. Like, how many of you are involved like behind the scenes for any given show?
Ooh, so there's one stage manager on a show, audio person, electrics person, 3 prop people, video person, wardrobe person, 3 band, and then 3 Blue Men. Carpentry! Oh my gosh, automation! Yes. So we have 15 on a given show.
That is unbelievable. Do you have a favorite part of the show that you always like look forward to?
Yes. And I laugh through the whole show. Anyone who's listened to me on comm will say I laugh genuinely at the guys.
Always an honor to hear from
Every
a stage
night.
manager too. Yeah.
They tickle me all the time. But my favorite parts are PVC 4 and drum finale.
Oh.
When spoiler alert, when the paint comes out of their chest at the end while they're playing, I every time get goosebumps.
Oh my God, that's
This
so
is my
beautiful.
job.
Yeah. I get goosebumps in PVC 4 when it's like the first chorus, it just like locks in, and then like especially at the end,
Same.
it's so tumultuous. Like
You go through a
beautiful.
journey on that song, and I've always appreciated it.
It really is powerful for me to be on this stage and with you guys too, to kind of take in this whole experience as it is so far. Or is there any like particular moments you can remember that are just these wild card things that you had to find a way to save the day?
To get a little deeper and darker about this, my father passed away right before I joined. I was absolutely, really in real time processing that experience, which is, needless to say, profound. Having a character that doesn't speak, that's opening up everything and looking people in the eyes, and I would see fathers and sons. I mean, it was
Powerful.
intense. It was intense and fearful, because how far do you go? I mean, I found myself going down a rabbit hole that could be like, what's too far? Where am I going past the confines of the event? Where am I taking the audience? You can't take them places. You have to, it's kind of like a Superman thing or Spider-Man or somebody, Spider-Man. If you have power, use it wisely or something like that. If you really tap into someone and can engage with them and sort of, I don't want to say control them, but have them open up to you, that's a power you got to be careful of, because you can easily scare people, you can threaten people, you can certainly between people, doesn't matter what the relationship is, friends or couples or whatever, you can offset that in a bad way.
Yeah.
So it's a strange power when you get to that place, to be sure you're not manipulating someone. So that strange answer, but that whole experience of dealing with that was quite scary.
Is there like a pre-show mentality you do to like get yourself into the present moment?
Well, that's the greatest thing actually about doing this is because as soon as you get up here on the stage, you just drop into being present, and no matter where you were during the day, you just drop into it, and because we don't speak, it's lightning fast, and your reactions and your responses to things and your communications are so you can be free. They're not limited by trying to phrase it or and it's pre-verbal, so you're completely responding and reacting to what's going on, and it's emotional that way, and you don't think about the past show, you're in it.
That show, don't want to repeat things. That's a hard thing too. Because if you have a moment that worked, let's say it's an off-scripted moment, so it's not a signature piece, it's just something that happened. The tendency is to like go back to that time, and when it's not called for, if the child did cry, it's totally inauthentic, and the audience can smell it. Because all of a sudden I'm looking out to repeat something that's no longer happening. And that's difficult in long-running shows. You tend to want to go toward the positives, the muscularity that work. You have to avoid that and just sit in the awkwardness that is not knowing what's going to happen. But this is a really deep, strange way of breaking the fourth wall. Maybe there's one kind of odd example. When we talk, some of the times, because every night we're performing, we look at the entire landscape of the environment of that day. What's the weather like? If you're in a heat wave, that's a totally different audience experience coming in than it is during the winter. What's happening across the globe? It's politically, everything informs everything. How people are doing, are they having a cold that day? And everything adds up to having to really be attuned to the exact moment you're in.
And you also have a different objective from everyone else you're playing with too. So like we all have the same goal with the audience. We're all back there. We're like listening. We have this experience with other audiences, and so we're like sort of trying to feel out who this audience is and what they're like.
Well, this is really awesome for you guys to be sharing this story, and I would be very curious to explore the instrument more with you.
If you want solo instrument, you want to break down the environment?
We can go there, man. We can go there. Let's do it for sure. That'd be awesome. I finally just played the onstage PVC instrument. Oh my god, this is the craziest experience I've ever like been a part of. Got to go see like the lab, Loho, and talk with those guys there, and just to be able to go play on stage with Chris and Randall. That was like a dream come true. I think it's the perfect ending of a beautiful, beautiful trip. I blew myself. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this series, please check out some of the other clips we have over here, and I'll see you next time.